Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute masterclass of comedy and athletics that was the 2026 ESPY Awards. As sports and pop culture continue to merge more than ever before, this year's ceremony showed us exactly how these two worlds collide on one of the absolute biggest stages in entertainment. Now, before we get into the hardware and all the incredible athletic achievements, we absolutely have to start with the guy who had the entire world talking. He stepped up to the mic and delivered this fearless, lightning-fast opening monologue that instantly went viral and honestly set the perfect tone for the rest of the night.
But first, let's establish a little context on the venue, because the location here actually really matters. This July 15th ceremony marked a historic and incredibly glamorous return to New York City. After spending decades out west in Las Vegas and Los Angeles throughout the 2000s, the ESPYs returned right back to its roots in Manhattan, specifically the iconic David H. Koch Theater at Lincoln Center. It was literally the perfect stage for a hometown breakout star.
Section 1. Meet the host, Marcello Hernández. Okay, let's get right into this monologue. As a 28-year-old comedian and a former collegiate soccer player, Marcello Hernández intimately understands sports culture. He brought his incredibly fast-paced, magnetic energy to Lincoln Center, proving right out of the gate exactly why he got the gig. And he started with the very first target on his list, influencer-turned-boxer Jake Paul. Now, Paul has regularly faced criticism from the combat sports world for fighting athletes well past their prime, transitioning from influencers to retired MMA fighters and older boxers.
And this joke just perfectly encapsulates Paul's recent matchmaking history. Hernández totally didn't hold back, speaking directly to Paul in the audience and literally offering up his own father and stepfather, both over 50, as his next opponents. It was a brilliant, sharp observation, especially keeping in mind that Paul has actually been completely quiet on the boxing front since suffering a pretty humiliating knockout loss to British heavyweight Anthony Joshua last December. He's mostly been focusing on promoting lately, which made this jab hit even harder.
Moving right along, Hernández playfully took a swipe at last year's ESPY's host Shane Gillis. The dynamic here is actually super fascinating because Hernández replaced Gillis on Saturday Night Live years ago. Gillis had a famously tough time at the 2025 ESPYs, his jokes notoriously fell a bit flat with the live audience, and Hernández used that exact history to his advantage.
And boom, here is the punchline. This hilarious, self-deprecating jab at his comedy peer didn't just win over the crowd in the room, it actually earned a major seal of approval from comedy royalty. When the broadcast camera panned around, actor Kevin Hart was caught giving this huge smile and a really noticeable nod of approval. I mean, when you can get Kevin Hart nodding in respect during your opening monologue, you are definitely commanding the room.
Up next in the roast was a true titan of the sporting world, golf legend Tiger Woods. Woods recently made off-season headlines for a highly publicized DUI arrest after rolling his Land Rover down in Florida. It was a major event where he actually refused a urine screening and spent 8 hours in a holding cell. So, naturally, that adds a thick layer of tension to any jokes about the situation.
But Hernández masterfully navigated that tension. He used Chicago Bears rookie quarterback Caleb Williams' celebrated video game cover as this totally innocent setup to deliver a jaw-dropping punchline directly to a room full of sports royalty. It's just classic misdirection. Comparing the pristine, prestigious honor of the Madden cover to the notorious reputation of Grand Theft Auto was an incredibly bold move that had the entire theater gasping and laughing at the same time.
Finally, he set his sights on former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick. Specifically, he zeroed in on the massive national conversation surrounding the 74-year-old coach's heavily discussed relationship with 25-year-old Jordan Hudson. It's one of those topics that has completely transcended sports media and landed squarely in mainstream pop culture.
So the crucial point to take away here is how impartially Hernández framed this highly discussed age gap. He didn't take a side. Instead, he used the New York Knicks' 1973 championship as this brilliantly simple chronological anchor. He pointed out that back in 1973, hockey players didn't even wear helmets, and Belichick was 25. That structural perfection drew this massive mixed reaction of groans and laughter from the stunned crowd, proving just how much Belichick's personal life has really become a mainstream story.
All right, after riding the high-energy wave of that incredible culture-dominating monologue, we have to pivot. Let's look at the sincere, hard-earned athletic achievements of the night. Because underneath all the comedy, this is still the premier night for celebrating pure greatness.
Section 2. Taking home the hardware.
Let's shift away from the punchlines for a second and do a rapid-fire breakdown of the major award winners who absolutely dominated their respective sports this season. We are looking at the absolute peak of athletic excellence in 2026. Jalen Brunson notably swept 3 major categories for the New York Knicks, taking home Best Athlete in Men's Sports, Best NBA Player, and Best Championship Performance. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces firmly cemented her legacy by securing both Best Athlete in Women's Sports and Best WNBA Player. We also saw generational talents like Myles Garrett and Shohei Ohtani rightfully recognized as the absolute best in their leagues.
But beyond those MVP-level performers, the event highlighted some truly remarkable resilience and impact off the field. Olympic figure skater Elise Liu took home Best Breakthrough Athlete after her stunning performances, while Lionel Messi secured Best Soccer Player. But perhaps most importantly, the ESPYs honored deep human spirit. Jim Abbott received the incredibly prestigious Jimmy V Award for Perseverance, and NBA superstar Stephen Curry was honored with the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award for his amazing charitable efforts off the court.
Section 3, where comedy meets sports.
Looking back at the entire broadcast, from the biting opening jokes to the tear-jerking humanitarian awards, the 2026 ESPYs proved exactly why this specific awards show is such a vital cultural crossover event. By front-loading the night with hilarious, viral pop culture commentary, the show captures our attention entirely. It definitely validated Marcello Hernández as a premier live entertainer capable of commanding a really tough room. But more importantly, that massive hook allows the broadcast to truly celebrate phenomenal athletes while actively supporting the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Over the last 30-plus years, this event has helped raise more than $292 million to fund cancer research. The comedy is just the vehicle that drives that incredible mission forward.
I'll leave you with this thought to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. If taking a joke on the chan is the ultimate test of a modern athlete's cultural relevance, who is going to step up to the mic at the ESPYs next? Will an athlete flip the script and roast the comedians? Thanks so much for joining me to break down this amazing event, and I'll catch you in the next one.